Good morning. Welcome to the morning shift with Anne. What's up? Oh boy. Anyways, today I'm going to make some book recommendations. And I picked, because since I'm at the bookshelf, here I am. I'm at the bookshelf. My picture of Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, two of my gurus. And I have a lot of books on here that I've read parts of, and some I've read all of. Not that many though. I like to skip around, and in personal development books, I think it's good. I've finished Bob's books because they're very straightforward and I love them. And this was one of the first ones I read. Thoughts are things, and because it just to me, I was like, wow, thoughts are things, and they are where it all starts. That's where it all begins, in your mind. And when I thought about that, and I thought, I've created whatever this is that's going on with me. This was when I was a little down. But I discovered, I watched him on a video on Facebook, and then I went and got his book because I thought, I want to know who this guy is. And this was his book, and it's simple, easy to read. I made my son read it. You could have your kids read it. And it does talk about the fact that everything that we are is about our ideas and our thoughts, and we can turn them into realities if we just try to guide our thoughts a little bit more instead of just letting them wander all over the universe. This is a trippy one right here, The War of Art. This is about, it says, break through the blocks and win your inner creative battles. And this is when I started to want to write, and I found myself not writing. I'd write, and then suddenly I wouldn't write for 3 months. And I still do that. And it's about resistance. And so if you have a blockage in your creative life, maybe you are a painter or you're a writer or an artist of some kind, and you find yourself at that standstill, or you just don't find that you're doing it enough. This guy is he's got several books. His name is Steven Pressfield. I think you should really check him out. I talked about this one before, Miracle Morning with Hal Elrod. He's amazing. He's written The Miracle Morning for all different kinds of people, for teenagers, for college students, for everybody. This book changed my life. It's called Attached. It's about relationships and about different ways that we attach, our attachment styles. There are 3 different kinds. There's the anxious, there's the avoidant, and there's the secure. And when we're little, it's there. They did an experiment with toddlers, and they had babies, play in a room, and when the mother would leave, there was 3 different styles of reaction. One would cry and just be so upset, and then when mommy came back, they were punishing them and ignoring them and pouting, and there was a sort of a retaliation thing going on. And then there is the secure, which is they would cry, and then they would, they get a little upset, and then as soon as mommy would come back, they would calm down and go back to playing. And then there was the avoidant type, which the mommy would leave and they wouldn't react, but inside, biologically, they were going through the exact same thing. And that's, whoa. And they discovered that, that was the 3 basic reactions. And they also discovered, I don't know who they are, but something in the book, that adults have this same situation. And a lot of times avoidance and anxious attachment styles will get together, and it can be very difficult for both, but especially for the anxious type, which apparently is me, I think. Here's another, let's move on. Here's another book. This woman I adore, and I've been reading her stuff for a long time. She's called Sark, and this is called Glad No Matter What, and she just has the cutest books. They're just full of colorful little pieces of wisdom and advice and stories of her transformation in life, things that she's been through. Just amazing, amazing woman. I love this chick. She's great. So Sark. And she's got little journals, and one of the things I love about her is she says things like permission to nap. It's okay to nap. It's okay to daydream. It's okay to procrastinate every now and then. She's like, you got to give yourself permission sometimes. So to do the things that you think are so terrible, but maybe you just really need it. So anyways, I really like her, Sark. And going farther down the silly road, this is a book I adore. Marnie the dog. My friend Marnie. Marnie Smith, she gave me this book because I was in love with it at her house. She had it on her coffee table. She goes to Marnie conventions. There's such a thing as women all named Marnie get together and have a party. But this is just about this little dog that saved this woman. Just look at this dog, how cute he is. He's just cute and funky and just totally flawed. But she decided to quit her life basically because she wanted to take the dog with her to work. She rescued it and they said, nope, sorry, you can't do that. So she's like, okay, I'm going to go get a job where I can. And actually, I think Marnie kind of became her job, and she wrote books on this dog and shared the joy of Marnie with everyone around her. So those are my book recommendations today. I hope you'll go and get a couple of them, some for fun, some for a little more personal development. And I will probably do some more of these as we go along. I have a lot of books that I would love to share. And of course, it's always good to do some reading in the good book of the Bible too. So, you can't go wrong with that, or whatever your religious text is. If you are Muslim, then it would be the Quran. If you are Mormon, you probably read the Book of Mormon. But I think all of those are have the success principles in there, the Torah for Jewish folks. And so, read some religious text as well, because it's important either way. And to study religion, I think, is a noble thing. And comparing them and noting their history in the world, they're definitely significant. So reading is important, and its readers are leaders. So crack a book. You can do it. Okay, book on tape. Yeah, you can do book on tape. Lazy. But everybody learns differently, so if it works better to hear it, just get the information in you, or get a little book. If you don't really like reading, get a little book like Marnie the dog. And go have a great day.